Howdy all, Muglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so obviously I'm having some power issues that I looked at last time. So I need to figure out... I guess one of the things I could easily do here, right, is if we connect this to this, and then this to this, and then I connect this one to this one, and then we just connect this one to the side of the building down below. I might need another thing, but instead of doing all my power to the front, this could be my back power, which I obviously can't see from here, so I need to go make another, whoops, I need to go make another relay. That's the word for what I'm trying to do here. So I believe a relay was stuff I already have in my inventory. That's K. Relay. Should give me 2 of those just in case. Oh, yeah, I actually need the timer one, right? So that I can have those back blades only come on at the correct time. So, I guess while I'm working on this, I can talk about the shows I finished this weekend. So we've been watching White Lotus on HBO. It was alright. It was okay, I think. So put that one there. It was about it was basically about 3 different guests or group of guests at a hotel in Hawaii. I don't remember which island they were on. Nope, it's too far away. Well, if I put one there, is that too far away? This is why I brought... Woo, I almost walked off. I don't want to go join the zombies down below. I want to get this wire connected so that my back blades are spinning. You know, my floodlights didn't come back on either, but I guess the stuff is still connected. Can you connect to that one? Seriously, that one's too far too? Ugh. Oh. Yeah, I think that's fine. Ooh, I hooked it. Wow. Wasn't expecting to hook it. Alright, so now Start time is 22, and end time is 4. And then I need to go down stairs where the zombies are at. Oh, maybe I can see from out here. I can see from out here. There we go. Yep, I didn't jump. And it was alright. It wasn't anything spectacular, I didn't feel. I don't know that was particularly my kind of show. There we go. Okay, all the black back blades are now in place. And not all the front blades are in place, though. And it really does not look like... It is not lighting up that area. I don't know what happened to my spotlight there. So let me go down and see what is going on with this spotlight down here. Oh, shoot. There was so it's a rich hotel, right? We're not talking just a normal hotel for normal people, necessarily. And, is this thing damaged? Maybe it's too damaged to work. Let me go get some steel, I think, is what it needs. And so the, because it's not, I don't think it's an island with an airport. I don't know how Hawaii works. I've never been there. But they came by boat from one of the other islands. And so there was a CEO of a company and her family, and then a friend of her daughter's, and then there was another woman who was there to spread her mother's ashes in the ocean. And then, so they're just damaged. And then, I don't know where my bed is at. Oh, man. Please don't die, guy. I totally think my bed is way over in cold territory still. Let me go make sure my... Oh, no, you know what? I think I've set the bed here. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, we're good. Never mind. Never mind. We're okay. And then the last one was a couple on their honeymoon. And so they each had a different sets of issues. And then some of the staff was having issues as well, and I don't know. It was a story, whatever. So like the family, basically they went on vacation, but the mother worked the whole time, and the father, when they went on vacation, the father thought he had cancer and hadn't heard back from his doctor yet. And then he found out that he thought his father had died from a heart attack, I think, and then found out he actually died from AIDS. And so he was freaked out about that, and okay, you know what? There's just too many zombies for me to get down here. I'm just gonna go around to my blades and let my blades sort them out. Come on, come get me. And so the daughter and her friend were doing a bunch of drugs that they had brought with them. And they, I don't know. And then the friend met this dude, and oh, stupid vultures, who worked at the hotel, and the daughter became super jealous, and then I don't know exactly why, but the friend decided that she was going to help out the dude because he told her a story about how his family once owned the land that the hotel was on, and it had been seized by the government, eminent domain or whatever, so they could build this hotel decades ago, right? And so she decided that, can I shoot through here? She decided that she was going to help him by helping him rob the people who brought her with their daughter. And but the mother and father were having a fight, so he was supposed to get some time in the room without anyone there, and then while he was there robbing the safe that the girl had given him the passcodes for, the mother came back, and so he got caught. And then he fled, but he did get caught again. They didn't show that part. They just said that they'd found out who it was. And so that was the one story. And then the other story, the woman befriended the head of the hotel spa and kind of half indicated that she might invest in a wellness center for the woman who ran the spa, so she could have her own place, and then she met a man, and by the time it was all over, she said she'd have to think about it. That she had gotten into a habit of buying her friends, and she wanted to think about it to make sure that she wasn't buying the woman and creating another relationship based off of transactions. And then handed her a huge wad of cash, which made me laugh because it was a huge wad of cash. And I was like, I don't know what the prices are like in Hawaii. Obviously, they're expensive. But where I live, that huge wad of cash would have bought you a building. So, then, man, I really gotta get my blades going again. There's several of them that are damaged. And then so then there was this manager of the hotel that was central to all these stories. Not so much the woman and the spa manager, but the other ones. And he was recovering addict, and the newlywed couple had booked this room, and he realized when they got there that he had double booked the rooms, and so he gave them a different room. In it wasn't a worse room. I mean, I guess it could be. I guess it depends on what you were looking for. And so the room was that they had booked. Well, no, the room that his mother had booked for him was had like 2 pools and a private patio. Night vision goggles. Oh. I'm checking that SWAT helmet. It's got better stats than my. Oh, what am I wearing? Am I wearing an iron helmet? I'm wearing an iron helmet. I don't even have steel armor yet. I haven't figured out how to make it. All right, which one of these have got to be repaired here? All of them. And so the dude, the husband, threw a fit because he didn't have the room that his mother had booked for him. So the like I said, the room that had been booked for him had like 2 pools, and then the room that he got had 1 pool, and a balcony, and the other one had like a walled-in patio garden thing and 2 different pools. But the room that they got opened up onto the ocean, and the room that he was booked in, you couldn't see the ocean. And so I feel like the room that he got, to me, would have been a better... Man, they busted all those spikes. Would have been a better room because you could see the ocean from it. Like, it opened up the whole balcony and pool and everything that they had faced the ocean. Not the beach, like just the ocean view. And but his fiance is like just leave it alone. This is a great room. And he's like, well, yeah, it's a great room, but it's not the room we booked, And then he just would not leave it alone, and he kept harassing the guy over and over. And so the guy went and um, sent him on a cruise with the woman who was supposed to bury, or who wanted to scatter her mother's ashes, knowing that that would interrupt any romantic plans he had, in retaliation for him constantly harassing him. And so it kind of spiraled from there, and the mother showed up at one point, um, talked about how that wasn't the room that she had booked, and the new daughter-in-law, of course, she's just mortified that her mother-in-law has shown up on her honeymoon, and then she realizes that she's made a horrible mistake, and they don't want her to have a career. They want her to be a trophy wife, and she doesn't want that, and stuff like that. So, and then when it gets to the end, because the kid, or I guess it wasn't a kid, but because the younger guy had robbed that other couple earlier, he was the rich, or the husband of the. That's not where I keep my ammo. The husband of the newlywed couple, he put a knife next to their bed just in case, and so the dude came in and defecated in the dude's. The manager came in and defecated in the dude's suitcase, and so. Okay, I think I'm just gonna scrap this. I'm just gonna scrap those two. I'm not gonna use those. Okay. So I think I got my power situation sorted. So I guess I need more stone at this point. And batteries, right? Am I not missing a battery or two in here? No, I've got batteries, but I could use better batteries for sure in all of this. So let's go hunt down some more batteries, I guess. Or try to, anyways. And so the dude came back to his room and heard a noise, and so he got the knife, and then he stabbed and killed the manager. And that was the end of the first season. It's been greenlit for a second season, so it was okay. I didn't think it was anything special. None of the storylines did anything. I don't know what the point was, I guess. I mean, the closest we had to a resolution was the neurotic woman who brought her mother's ashes to. I don't know if neurotic's the right term, but she talked about how her mother was very controlling of her and was still controlling her even after she was dead, and how she was a mess, and talked to the spa manager until she felt better, and then met that dude. And they decided to go off to Aspen together. I guess is as close as you got to a resolution for any of the people. Oh, you know what? The son in the family that came together, he got not kicked out of his room, but basically I don't understand this at all. This was the weirdest thing to me in the show. Was the CEO woman booked a single room for her family, and so the husband and wife got the bedroom. The two girls, they're like high school or college. I don't know what age even were. I know the son was younger and like 16. And the three of them were supposed to share the living room. And so the girls got like this pull-out couch, and then the son was had a roll-away bed, I think. And so the girls made him put it in the small kitchen that was in a separate room. And then he said it was too hot in there, so he started sleeping on the beach on a lawn chair, which isn't ever going to happen because they're not going to let you be out on the beach like that. There's no way the hotel lets guests sleep on the beach. Maybe, I don't know. I've never been to a hotel like that, so I just can't imagine that for security reasons and insurance reasons they would let a guest sleep on a lawn chair on the beach. But anyways, while he was out there, he met a paddling team, and they invited him along, and he really enjoyed it. And then one of their members wasn't going to make it, so they invited him to go with them when they paddled between islands, which is super weird because some of the thing was about like part of one episode they talked. Well, no, a couple of episodes they talked about imperialism, how the islands had been taken over, and so it was weird that a native, and they talked about like cultural appropriation, and so it was weird how the paddling team doing a traditional sail between islands would invite this white kid on their all Hawaiian native group. I don't know. It was a weird show. The other show, and then he waited until they boarded the plane and stood farther back in the line so that his family went through the gate before he did, and then as soon as they did, he turned and left to go join the paddling team, leaving his family to fly back to mainland. Because he said he wanted to go with them, and his parents were like, "No, you can't because you're 16." And then that was the end of the show, basically. I like I said, it was weird. I'm not. It was, I don't know. It was a mildly interesting drama, I guess. But it wasn't anything super special. And then the other show we watched, now that I've got like a minute and a half, if I manage to make my normal episode length, ha ha ha, because my normal episode length is like 45 minutes on this show, was Clickbait on Netflix. It was alright. It was, I really dig like true crime stuff and murder mysteries, but everyone was weird on this show, and you could not figure out who was responsible for what. Basically, I felt like everybody was a suspect. Well, I was hoping for some better batteries than that. But basically, the show was this dude. Spoilers. I'm just gonna have to spoil it. I don't have to spoil it, but I'm gonna spoil it. It's about this dude, and him and his sister, and his family, and their mother were at a party for their mother's birthday, and they had a big fight. The brother and sister, and then the next day, the sister is at her job where she's I don't know what she was, nurse maybe. Um, and it, the title of her job did not come up in the show that I'm aware of. So I'm not sure exactly what her job was. She worked in the cancer treatment ward, and the one scene where she was with a patient, she sat next to this kid while he was getting his treatment, and he was showing her videos, and one of the videos was her brother having been beaten, sitting there with wounds and signs that said that he was an abuser of women and he had killed someone. And that when the video reached 5 million views, the people that had him would kill him. And so then it became a very not realistic murder mystery because the sister was so involved in the investigation in a way that just is not going to happen in real life. And so I did find that to be a little bizarre. Hey, I got a couple of engines too. Let's go trade out some of these batteries for the weaker batteries in here. I don't know if that helps anything, but maybe. And so the dude dies. It's a murder mystery. And they try to track down what happened to him. And they discover... Oh, what happened there? They discover that he has some dating profiles online. And so over the course of the show, they meet a woman who says that her and the dude had a thing going, and it was very confusing because the show didn't even attempt to it wasn't very mystery that you could figure out. I tend to like shows where you see what happened. Not you see what happened, but you see clues as to what happened, and then when you get to the end, and they're like, "Oh, this is what happened," and then you might go back and watch the show again. You're like, "Oh, look at that clue there and that clue there." This show, like, things that didn't happen were shown as if they happened, with no indicator whether or not they did happen until you get to the end of the show. And so that's not helpful. And so one of those things was like the one woman who said that she had met him and that they were in love. They showed her having a relationship with him that didn't happen. And they never indicated that it didn't happen until way toward the end of the show. And then, like, there was another woman that they indicated that they had a relationship, and then it later, like the second to last episode, finally revealed that no, in fact, these women had never met him. That it wasn't even him doing the chatting that happened. It was just chatting. It was online dating app chatting that had happened. And And so what worked out to be was one of his coworkers had taken his information, had discovered that at one point he had a dating app that he hadn't responded to, and someone was like, "I haven't heard from you in a long time. You still there?" And then they started communicating with the person, and then made up a bunch of other accounts and started talking to those people, and then chatted up a woman who had some issues, and the woman said she almost got caught, I think, or I'm not sure why she ended the conversation, but she ended the conversation, and the woman was like, "I told you that if you broke up with me, I'd kill myself," and she said, "Do it," and so the person did, and so the brother of that woman is the one who killed him. No, actually, no, that's not what happened. The brother of the woman kidnapped him and made him hold up the signs, and then let him go. But then he fled directly to the person who was responsible for what was happening, and so to cover up what was going on, they killed him. Um, and but at no point in the show, until like the second to last episode, did they ever indicate that the person who was catfishing with his information was involved at all. At all. Uh, and I don't like that. I mean, I don't. When I say I don't like that, I mean for a murder mystery, I don't like that. For a show, like it was fine as a show. I just watched it as a show. Obviously, it couldn't be a murder mystery because there's no mystery because they're not going to actually give you clues. So it was just a show, and it was a fine show. It wasn't great. Um, I would say I probably found it more interesting than the White Lotus show. Um, but only because I like murder mystery stuff better. Um, but as a murder mystery show, it was okay. Uh, I definitely liked uh, Mayor of Easttown a lot better. Because whereas that one was confusing, it was confusing because of the clues they were finding. It wasn't, let's have a bunch of things that didn't actually take place and not reveal that they're not real until the show's over. You know? So, all right, with that, I am going to call it a day. So, be better in the small things, lean into the light, and I will talk to you later.